Dave Taylor here again, and this time I want to look at the entry level on the Android tablet market. What we have here is this is the Teclast X10 tPad Phablet. Tablet, Phablet, whatever you want to call it. It's a 3G and it runs Android 5.1. Now you're looking at this 10.1 inch screen, but don't get too excited because while it's a slick little device, and you can see it's, actually running Android, and we have all the modern Android amenities, including all the games that we've put on it. It runs Android, but it's really an entry-level device. So the screen resolution, for example, is only 1280 by 800. That's not even HD. And it's running an MTK, I don't know why it's doing that sound, it has a life of its own, but it's running an MTK 8392 octa-core at 1.4 gigahertz, but be that as it may, it's decent enough at speed, but it's not going to win any championships if you're trying to use really CPU-intensive Android apps. What makes this really interesting, though, isn't the specs, it's the fact that you can drop in a SIM card as long as you're running on GSM or WCDMA networks. You can drop in a SIM card and it also works on cellular. So that means you could actually take and receive phone calls and use cellular data if there's no Wi-Fi handy. Now, this is great internationally. In the US, it supposedly works with AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and T-Mobile, among others. But I would highly recommend that you check with your carrier before you buy this, hoping to use this as a phone. And of course, it's not really very comfortable to use it this way, so probably you're going to want to plug in some headphones or earbuds. So that actually is a fortunate feature that it supports that. So let's see. So it's 1280 by 800. And what else can I tell you about it? So it's entry-level specs. So the rear-facing camera is a 2 megapixel. The front-facing camera is a 0.3 megapixel camera. So it's less than 1 megapixel. It works with Skype. It's going to be good enough, but it's really not going to be something where you're going to be taking these wicked good selfies that you're going to be able to share and print at 8x10 resolution. It does support Wi-Fi, but it's only let me get this right, B, G, and N. So it doesn't support AC, but 802.11 AC automatically will roll down. Not a big deal. Bluetooth 4.0. It supports micro SD cards because it only has 1 gig of RAM and 16 gig of storage. But you can drop in a micro SD card, or they call them TF cards internationally, and it'll give you up to 128 gig of extra space. And not for a lot of money. 64 gig micro SD cards on Amazon right now, under 20 bucks. So it's a really easy way to give this a boatload more storage. And what else can I tell you? That it has a 5800 milliamp hour battery, which gives you about 6 hours on video, maybe 10 to 12 hours of usage. You can, of course, use it as an ebook reader with the Kindle app if you're so inclined. So there's lots to like about this, and the price tag's pretty amazing. I'll get to that in a second. But there's one design decision that they made that I think is really kind of bizarre. If you look on the side here, you can see that it has a micro USB connector, just like every other Android device in the world, but it also has this little round connector. Turns out the round connector is actually your charging connector. So you need this special cable. And the special cable is the only way to charge this, which means that if for any weird reason the cable vanishes, then you've got a serious problem because that means you can't charge your tablet. Now, I don't know why they made that decision because 99% of tablets you charge through micro USB. Same with smartphones, same with all these other kinds of devices. But for some reason, Teclast decided that they wanted to have a separate charging cable. Now, in some usage scenarios, like if it's grandma at the retirement home and she's using this to read ebooks, then it might be the case that that cable will just permanently be plugged into the wall, so it's no issue. But if you're a very international traveler and you want to throw this in your backpack, then you lose that cable, you're really out of luck because you're not going to find one of those at the local Best Buy and you're not going to find it on Amazon as far as I know. So that is a weird decision on their part. But if you can live with that, I will tell you, this is a quite capable little tablet, and it runs 165 bucks at gearbest.com, but they're running a promo right now, so it's actually only $118 for a 10-inch color Android tablet that is running Android 5.1 and also drop in a micro SIM, and you're rocking it with the phone network too. So you could even take and receive phone calls. So very, very capable, very nicely designed unit with that one weird design decision about power and charging. If you can live with that, this could be a nice option for you. So this is the Teclast X10 3G Phablet. Hate the word, Phablet. And you can learn more at gearbest.com. This is Dave Taylor, and catch you in my next video.